everyone. Today, 27th July, an ordinary day accompanied by an unforgettable event. Yes, today is the death anniversary of our greatest president that India has ever seen.
Now, what we need is a carrier of eternal goodness and wholesomeness in human contact, which is called righteousness. Righteousness. As we say in India, where there is righteousness in the heart, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is harmony, when there is an order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the man who believed that none can be defined on the basis of caste or religion. A great asset to India who not only contributed into science field but also a responsible leader. So let's take a look into his life.
APJ Abdul Kalam was born into a Tamil Muslim family in the pilgrimage town of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu on October 15, 1931. His mother Ashiyamma was a housewife and his father Jainul Abidin was an imam of a local mosque and a boat owner. He was the youngest in the family with 4 elder brothers and a sister. Though the family was not financially affluent, yet all the children were raised in an atmosphere that was full of love and compassion. He joined the elementary school in Rameshwaram and he was an average student during his school but possessed a strong desire to learn and was very hardworking. He loved mathematics and spent hours studying the subject. Young Kalam had 3 close friends in his childhood, Ramanatha Shastri, Aravindan and Shiva Prakashan. All these boys were from orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. Kalam was a pupil of Shiva Subramanya Iyer, who taught him how birds fly, which fascinated Kalam to become a pilot.
After his elementary education, he joined Schwartz Higher Secondary School, Ramanathapuram, for further studies. There, he was molded by Mr. Ayadurai Solomon, who had a warm and open-minded attitude. Reverend Ayadurai used to say, "Master 3 might forces, desire, belief and expectation." Then, Kalam joined St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli. There, Reverend Father Lechidar Chinnadurai taught physics in an interesting way. Kalam learned to read books in English literature and philosophy from there. Kalam acquired a great interest in physics. After completing BSc, Kalam realized that engineering was the subject to pursue his dreams. So, he joined Madras Institute of Technology for Aeronautical Engineering. By this time, Abdul Kalam's aim was clear, to fly aircraft.
After completing engineering, Kalam thought of joining Air Force but unfortunately he was rejected. So in 1958, he joined the Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO. In 1969, he moved to ISRO where he was project director of the SLV-3. In 1982, after rejoining DRDO, his 10-year-long hard work as project director led to groundbreaking scientific developments. He also headed the projects Devil and Violent, which had the aim of developing ballistic missiles including Agni and Prithvi. Kalam also played a major role in heading the Pokhran-2 nuclear testing, leading to him being known as the best nuclear scientist of the country. In 1998, along with cardiologist Soma Raju, Kalam developed a stent named Kalam Raju stent which reduced the prices of imported coronary stents. In 2002, India's ruling NDA put forward Kalam to succeed outgoing president. His stature and popular appeal were such that even the main opposition party, the Indian National Congress, also proposed his candidacy.
Kalam easily won the election and was sworn in as India's 11th president, a largely ceremonial post on 25th July 2002. He was the first scientist and the first bachelor to occupy the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Kalam was the 3rd president of India to have been honored with the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor. During his term as a president, he was affectionately known as the People's President. According to Dr. Kalam, the toughest decision taken by him as the president was signing the Bill of Office of Profit. He left office at the end of his term in 2007. Upon returning to civilian life, Kalam remained committed to using science and technology to transform India into a developed country and served as a lecturer at several universities.
Dr. Kalam breathed his last on July 27, 2015, while delivering a lecture on the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong, when he collapsed and died from cardiac arrest. As Dr. Kalam said, my message to the young people is always have the courage to think differently, the courage to invent, the courage to travel unexplored paths, the courage to discover the impossible and conquer the problems to succeed.
These are the great qualities that they must work towards. This is my message to the young people. APJ Abdul Kalam. Every failure is an opportunity, and according to Dr. Kalam, failure stands for first attempt in learning. Every failure is a proof that we can work even harder than this.
And we can do better than this. Have courage to dream big. Have courage to think different. The thing is, while you're struggling to be unique, the world around you is trying all means to make you look like everybody else.
And for this, you have to fight the hardest battles that any human would have ever imagined and never stop until you have reached your desired goal. And for this unique battle, you need 4 unique things. That is, to set a goal, to acquire knowledge continuously, to hard work with devotion and perseverance.
Legends are not born, they are made. The same goes for Dr. Kalam. From a simple boy from Rameshwaram to one of the greatest personalities India has ever known. All through nothing but sheer hard work, integrity and patience. So never give up on your dreams and never be threatened by the difficulties in your life. A man needs his difficulties because they are necessary to enjoy success.